Shabbat Shalom B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh V'Natzliach. We know this week's Parsha is Toldot. And in this week's Parsha, Rav Yerucham Levovitz, the great mashgiach of the yeshiva of MIR, the master of Musar, brings out one of the greatest aspects of the founder of the 12 tribes of Israel, Yacov. The Torah in chapter 25, Pasuk 27 says, V'Yacov ishtam. Yaakov was a simple and complete person, Yoshev Ohalim. He was sitting in the tents. And if you look at the Midrash, first of all, it says this is the meaning we say every day 3 times in our prayer. The most famous of all Tehillim, perhaps, Ashrei Yoshve Betecha. King David was talking about Yaakov AVINU, that Yaakov always was in the tents of study. Od Yahalelu Chasela. In the next world also, such a person that is always interested in Hashem, he will again be able to sit at the side of his Father in heaven and cling to God in heaven in the Garden of Eden, which is the most desirable and wonderful and awesome of all pleasures. But Rav Yerucham brings a fascinating Yonatan ben Uziel that explains a new facet to what it means Yoshev Ohalim. Yonatan ben Uziel says, in Aramaic, he translates Yoshev Ohalim as Taba'ul Fa'un, which the commentaries on the Targum explain that this means Mevakesh Hashem, a person that's always seeking God, like a bulldozer. Doesn't matter how hot or cold or the circumstances, he always wants to fulfill the desire and will of God and get closer to God and know Him. And that's why Yaakov, if we look in Kabbalah, is the most perfect of all the patriarchs of the Avot. He's Tam. Tam means complete. Yaakov ish Tam. And all his children were perfectly righteous, and they became the foundation of the nation of Israel, the Yud Bet, the 12 Shvatim. Now Rav Yerucham goes to here say that this is one of the greatest paths to get close and cling to God, which is the whole mission of our life. That somebody that's always seeking Hashem is going to get to greatness. Because his whole essence and being is to become one thing and one thing only, to fulfill the desire and will and heart's desire of God. And that includes under its wing greatness in Torah study and the knowledge of Torah, which is what Yacov was doing. We know Yacov didn't sleep and we know that Yacov was such a diligent and serious learner that for 14 years when he learned in the yeshiva of Shem Ve'ever, like we see in next week's Parsha, he didn't sleep. So the bottom line is that Baruch Hashem, I had the great honor of my Rebbe, which I wanted to dedicate this year, Rav Yacov Moshe Kulefsky, my Rebbe in the yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael. It was truly appropriate to call him Yacov Moshe. Because just like the Yonatan ben Uziel, Targum Yonatan ben Uziel says that he was a Mevakesh Hashem Yaakov AVINU, always wanting to fulfill the desire and will of God, which makes you greatness and makes you perfect in the fear of God and the knowledge of Torah and having a perfect character traits and being humble and modest and wise. And this is what David HaMelech also wants in Tehillim. He says, Achat sha'alti met Hashem, oto avakesh, shifti bevet Hashem kol yemei chayai. I want to sit in the house of Hashem all the days of my life. We would see from my Rebbe that instilled in us, he loved us so deeply, and he built us up, and he instilled in us how we should analyze the Talmud, the Pilpul, in a deep way, and love Torah. It was palpable, his Mevakesh Hashem, the fact that he was so in his old age and losing his eyesight. He was legally blind, but that didn't stop him from learning Torah. And it was such a great honor. I was just in the room a few months ago back in the yeshiva that he taught us, and it's sad to know I was only 19 years old. I didn't realize what a tremendous honor it was to learn by him and see his greatness. But may Hashem help us to follow in the paths of Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yacov, and to know that if one has a single-tracked mind, and that is to know that the only reason we're here is to fulfill the desire and will of Hashem. And how do you get the blueprint for that? That's the study of Torah. And that's why also King David says, Achat shalti met Hashem. We Sephardim say it every day after Aleinu. Oto avakish. That's the thing I want, is to sit and learn the Torah, which is the most powerful of all the mitzvot. And it elevates us and brings us to perfection and completeness, like it says Yaakov Ishtam.